Welcome to the deep dive. Ever seen something on camera that just makes you stop and think? Those really baffling moments that kind of challenge what we think is real.
Uh-huh. Moments that defy easy explanation.
Exactly. So today, we're going to unpack a few of those. Some unsettling, some just plain intriguing incidents, all caught on video by, well, everyday people.
Yeah, often these are folks just trying to figure out strange things happening around them. They set up a camera hoping for clarity.
And sometimes they get something even more perplexing, right?
Absolutely. So our sources today are mostly video compilations, personal accounts, security footage, home cams, even stuff from urban explorers.
A real mix. And our mission really is to walk through these accounts, pull out the really striking bits, and just sort of think about what it all means. We want to leave you wondering, what really happened here.
And what might it tell us, if anything?
Okay, let's dive in. First up, we have a story that honestly sounds like something straight out of a modern ghost movie. It's about Crystal and Damien.
Right, the engaged couple.
Yeah, newly engaged, just bought their dream home, super excited. But then, well, strange things started happening, things they couldn't explain.
So naturally, they installed cameras. It's what you do now, isn't it? Try to get some proof, figure it out.
It is. They wanted to know if they were imagining things, I guess.
Or validate the experience.
And, they got validation. August 6th, 2022, like past midnight, a security camera in their hallway catches something.
What was it?
A noise at the door, like a bang or a thump. Their first thought was maybe a prank, someone messing around.
The logical explanation first.
But there was this feeling, this unease.
Yeah.
Didn't quite sit right.
Okay, unsettling, but maybe explainable.
Maybe. But that was just the start. They described what happened next as the most scary incident. It was in the kitchen. They were having this really intense argument, apparently, about friends.
Yeah.
Right in the middle of it, a plate just falls out of a cabinet on its own.
Whoa, okay.
But wait, it gets weirder. Then another plate comes flying out, like directly towards Damien.
Flying, not just fall it.
Flung. That's how they described it. Flung. And they both got the sense that whatever had chucked it had done so to end the argument.
Wow. Like it was intervening, reacting to the emotion in the room.
Exactly. That's what they felt. It felt targeted, intentional.
That's significant, isn't it? In terms of paranormal claims, it's not just random noise, it's interactive. Some might call that poltergeist-type activity.
Right. And you mentioned that sometimes that's linked to, like, human emotional energy, not necessarily a ghost.
Sometimes, yes. Intense emotion, stress. Some theories suggest it could manifest as psychokinesis, PK energy, especially during something like a heated argument. It could be the individuals themselves unconsciously causing it, or, of course, an external entity responding. It's hard to say.
Fascinating. But it didn't stop there. The activity, it just kept ramping up. One night, Crystal's home alone, just scrolling on her phone.
Okay.
She hears a noise. She sort of waits, thinking maybe Damien's home early, expects him to walk in. Nothing. No one. The house is empty. She said that one really, really shook her. Being alone and feeling that presence.
I can imagine. The cumulative effect. It sounds like it just wore them down. Feeling unsafe in your own home.
Totally. It got so bad they left. Packed bags, went to an Airbnb. They couldn't take it anymore.
Smart move, probably. But did they go back?
They did. But maybe not in the way you'd expect. The very next night, they decided to return. But this time, to try a seance.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's a bold move, trying to communicate directly.
Yeah, they hoped they could just ask whatever it was to please leave them alone,
Right.
Solve the problem head on.
That's often seen as a bit risky in these situations, isn't it? You don't know what you're inviting or provoking.
Well, it seems like it was. While they were attempting the seance, the shower door in the bathroom just started shaking violently, all by itself.
Yikes.
Yeah. That was it for them. They bolted, ran straight out back to the Airbnb, convinced something had gone wrong.
Understandable reaction.
And apparently the house is still abandoned. They haven't gone back. So the big question just hangs there. What on earth is going on inside that house?
A deeply unsettling story. And the video evidence, even just the plate incident, adds a layer you can't ignore.
Definitely. Okay, let's shift gears to another one. This involves an urban explorer named Chris Hill.
Ah, yes. Urbex. Always fascinating environments.
So Chris had been to this specific abandoned warehouse before, supposedly haunted. On that first trip, he felt something touch him.
Okay, a common claim in these places.
And when he checked his footage later, He saw something that made him swear he'd never, ever go back.
But he did go back, didn't he?
He did. Against his own better judgment, it seems. Something drew him back, maybe wanting answers.
Or just that lure of the unknown. It's a powerful motivator for explorers.
So he goes back, takes the exact same route inside. And almost immediately, things get weird. He enters this creepy corridor under the main building.
Yeah.
And boom, extreme cold, like pockets of freezing air. So cold he could see his breath, but only inside this corridor, not outside the building.
That's a classic sign people report, isn't it? Those sudden, localized cold spots, often linked to energy shifts or presence. Though drafts and structure issues are always the first thing to rule out, obviously.
Right. So he keeps going, gets to the exact spot where he felt touched before. And immediately, he says, just this wave of dread washes over him.
Primal fear response. Fight or flight kicking in.
Yeah. He's got his IR cameras running, the ones that show heat signatures, sometimes with that bluish tint for coal.
Just red, yeah. Useful tool for potentially spotting anomalies.
He decides to check out this little space under a staircase he missed last time.
Yeah.
And while he's down there, his equipment picks up this weird noise. He described it as sounding like someone whispering in a deep monotone voice.
EVP's electronic voice phenomena, capturing sounds not heard by the ear at the time. Again, a staple of paranormal investigation, though highly debatable regarding source and interpretation.
So he's creeped out, obviously. He starts heading back up the stairs, still in that cold corridor. Then he hears what sounds like people talking, faintly.
More auditory phenomena.
And then, bam, a piece of debris, like a chunk of plaster or something, falls from the ceiling right near him.
Okay, now it's getting physical.
That's him running. He said just panic, total panic frenzy, got out of that corridor fast.
Can't blame him.
But here's where it gets, really interesting.
Oh.
While he was running, the infrared camera he'd left set up below, back near that whispering spot. It caught something.
What did it catch?
A figure. He described it as a ghostly figure walking an arc, sort of moving in a curve, and then it just vanished.
Vanished on camera.
Poof. Gone. But then, and this is the chilling part, it reappeared just seconds later.
Okay.
Right after that piece of debris fell near him upstairs.
Wait, so the figure appeared, disappeared, debris fell, then the figure reappeared.
Exactly. The timing is just uncanny.
That correlation is, wow. That's hard to dismiss as pure coincidence. It strongly suggests a link between the visual anomaly and the physical event.
Right. So Chris, totally freaked out now, but also maybe driven by adrenaline, decides he wants to catch whatever dropped the debris. He goes upstairs to set up his IR cameras there.
Okay. Brave or maybe foolish, depending on your perspective.
Well, it seems like maybe the latter. As he's setting up, or maybe just returning to where they were, the absolute climax happens. He says he was physically yanked by an unseen force.
Yanked. Pulled.
Yeah, pulled hard, sent him straight to the ground, hit the floor so hard he was knocked unconscious.
Good grief. That's assault, essentially, by something unseen.
He apparently came to a few minutes later, realized what happened, grabbed his gear, and just got out of there. And this time, he says he is definitely never going back.
I should think not. Being physically attacked and knocked out, that crosses a serious line.
So what do you make of that? Did he actually capture evidence of something paranormal? Or could there be another explanation for being yanked like that? It's intense.
It's profoundly intense. The visual evidence of the figure correlated with the debris, followed by a direct physical assault. It's one of the more extreme accounts you hear, backed by some form of recording. Explaining being yanked is tough without resorting to the paranormal, unless there was some structural collapse or trip hazard he didn't see, but being knocked unconscious adds serious weight. It certainly pushes boundaries.
Pushes him right off the edge, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on. Different setting entirely now. A hospital.
Hospitals are often sites of these kinds of stories, aren't they? Places of intense emotion, life, death.
This one's the Finocheto Sanatorium in Buenos Aires, Argentina. It recently got some attention because of some pretty remarkable surveillance footage.
Surveillance footage. Less subjective, perhaps, or at least offers a different angle.
Well, here's the story. It's about 3 a.m. A security guard is on duty, maybe doing paperwork at his desk.
Quiet time on the night shift.
He looks up, sees the automatic doors at the entrance slide open, and an old woman walks in. So he does his job, gets up, goes over to her.
Okay, standard procedure. Patient or visitor arriving late, maybe?
That's what he thought. So according to the guard, he interacts with her, speaks to her, but, and this is the fascinating part, the security footage. It tells a very different story.
How so?
The video clearly shows the automatic doors opening, just like he said, as if someone triggered them.
Right.
But on the tape, There's no one there, no old woman. You see the guard get up, walk over, and seemingly talk and gesture to empty space.
Whoa, okay, wait. The door's open, but the camera sees nothing enter.
Correct. But the guard is clearly interacting with someone. Someone the camera just doesn't see.
That is deeply weird. A complete mismatch between his perception and the recording.
It really makes you question things, doesn't it? Like, is the camera missing something? Or is the guard experiencing something subjective?
Or something existing on a different perceptual level. It's baffling. But what did the guard say happened during this unseen conversation?
Okay, this is where it gets, as the source said, a whole lot spooky. The guard said the old lady seemed frail, so he offered her a wheelchair.
Mm-hmm.
She apparently told him she didn't need it. She was going up to the 9th floor. Why? To get the ID and belongings of a patient who had died the day before.
Oh, wow. Okay. 9th floor, retrieve belongings of someone deceased yesterday.
She then, according to the guard, went into the elevator and was just gone, never seen again.
Vanished into the elevator.
But here's the kicker.
Yeah.
The guard, doing his job, had written down the name the old woman gave him, the name of the patient whose belongings she was supposedly collecting.
Don't leave me hanging.
The name he wrote down. It was the name of the patient who had actually passed away the previous day.
Oh, come on. Seriously.
That's the report. The name matched the deceased patient.
So the implication is it was the ghost of the patient, or perhaps a relative's ghost, coming back for her things.
That's what many viewers believe, yeah. The ghost of the old lady collecting her effects. But there's no more info available on the video. It just sort of ends there. A complete mystery.
That is one of the most chilling ones I've heard in a while. The discrepancy between the guard's experience and the video, coupled with that final detail about the name, that's genuinely haunting.
Isn't it just leaves you with goosebumps? Okay, for our last section, let's look at a couple of maybe slightly briefer encounters. Perhaps more subtle, but still really intriguing.
Okay.
First, there's a guy named Troy Lickold. Lives in a fairly new house, only about 10 years old, with his family, 3 dogs. He didn't think it could possibly be haunted, being so new.
Right. People often associate hauntings with old places, but that's not always the case, is it?
Apparently not. It had some minor things happen before, objects moving slightly, lights flicking on, small stuff.
Little anomalies.
But then, November 6th, 2022, around 8:30 in the morning, no one was home. And the camera caught something more significant. The example given was a kid's toy car, just rolling across the living room floor by itself.
Huh. Nothing dramatic, but definitely odd. Especially if no one's home, no pets nearby, no vibrations.
Exactly. Just pretty weird, as the source put it. Unexplainable in that moment.
It shows that these things don't have to be terrifying to be baffling. Just those little moments of, wait, what?
Totally. And now, moving from just weird to something maybe more touching, but still strange. This is about Anna Tan and her baby daughter, Evelyn.
Okay.
So Anna had recently lost her brother just a few months before this recording. A really painful loss. Sounds like they were very close, him and Evelyn too.
Oh, that's tough.
Anna finds some comfort, though, in believing he's still around, watching over them from the afterlife.
A common source of comfort for people grieving.
Well, one day, Anna and Evelyn are in the kitchen. Anna starts recording, maybe just capturing a moment with her daughter. And in the video, little Evelyn, she's just a baby, she's clearly seen talking. Seemingly to someone who isn't visible.
Talking to empty space. Or so it appears.
Yeah. But what's interesting is, apparently, if you listen really closely to the audio, a faint male voice is heard early on.
A male voice. Not Anna's.
No. And then Evelyn herself can be heard repeating a word over and over. The word uncle.
Uncle. Repeating uncle while looking at something unseen after a faint male voice is heard. And her uncle had recently passed away.
That's the connection Anna made. She is absolutely convinced that her brother was there in that moment, interacting with his niece, Evelyn.
Wow. That's incredibly poignant, isn't it? Whether you interpret it as paranormal or something else, for Anna, that's a deeply meaningful, almost comforting experience caught on tape.
It really is. It offers such a different emotional lens on these unexplained recordings. Not fear, but connection.
It highlights how subjective the interpretation can be, driven by personal context, grief, and belief. It's fascinating.
So, like the others, it's left for you, the listener, to decide what you think might be happening there. So we've covered quite a bit today, haven't we? 5 really different situations, all linked by this thread of the camera capturing, well, the unexplainable.
From things moving with apparent purpose in that poor couple's house.
Right, to figures appearing on IR cams in creepy warehouses, that chilling hospital encounter.
And even those quieter, more personal moments, like with baby Evelyn, they all make you question the edges of our reality, just a bit.
They really do. So thinking about all these, what really stands out to you? Does seeing this stuff on video, even grainy security footage or a phone recording, does it change how you perceive it compared to just hearing a spooky story?
That's a great question. I think for many people, yes. Visuals often hit harder, feel more concrete, even if they're ambiguous. Hearing a story, you can dismiss it as imagination, but seeing something, even if you can debate what that something is, it adds a different weight. It feels more immediate, maybe.
Yeah, I think so too. It feels less abstract. Which kind of leads to a final thought for you all listening.
Okay.
In this world we live in now, where there are cameras literally everywhere, phones, doorbells, dash cams, security systems, we're recording more than ever before.
Constantly documented.
So is this kind of evidence of the unexplained going to become way more common? And if it does, will it actually lead us to any definitive answers about the paranormal? Or will it just, give us more fuzzy footage, more weird glitches, more questions, ultimately deepening the mystery rather than solving it?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Will more data equal more clarity or just more noise? Something to definitely ponder.